Best video game soundtracks of all time, in my opinion. Being an only child is great because it means that your parents got it right the first time. But it also means that you have to create literally your own fun all the time. And until I discovered
Whacking off.
Canadian rural winter sucked because there's only so much tobogganing you can do before you literally cannot feel your asshole anymore. Thank the Lord for video games. ATV Off-Road Fury. Okay, as a 6-year-old, this was the best video game I possibly could have had because, I mean, I had hours of entertainment just finding the edge of the map and getting yeeted into oblivion. It was the funniest thing ever. This soundtrack, though, is a true mix of post-grunge rock and punk with a little bit of funky metal just added in for good measure. This was the alt-extreme sound of the early 2000s, and it was the first time I was hearing music that my parents did not pick. 3 tracks to show you why this soundtrack rocks. Jerry was a race car driver. Spoon Man. Them Bones. This is the very first video game I ever played, and I remember just being blown away by how immersive these worlds were, and a big part of that was how intricate this soundtrack is. The sound design alone was ahead of its time. Grant Kirkhope composed an outstanding score for this. He's best known for the DK rap from DK64. Nintendo didn't even bother to credit him in the Super Mario Brothers movie. They just flat out were a bunch of kids and took credit for it themselves. This score is so good, and if you go underwater, all of a sudden it sounds like the music's coming from underwater. It's insane. Grand Theft Auto Vice City. The first time playing this game, I remember just laughing so hard.
A murder simulator.
Even at 7 years old, I was like, this is so absurd and obviously parodying something, but I can't quite understand what it's parodying yet. It also completely hooked me on 80s music. Any GTA game could have made this list because they all have such insane good soundtracks from the radio stations that really build the world. Except GTA 3, f that game. I beat it as a kid on the PS2 and I tried to replay it as an adult during the pandemic, and that game does not hold up. It's not replayable at all. It is a terrible game. It's absolute garbage. But Vice City really makes you feel like you are in the decade that they are trying to emulate. And they've got bangers in almost every single genre. This game got me interested in Latin jazz because of Tito Puente. I cannot possibly pick only 3 songs from this soundtrack. I mean, oh Jesus, Call Me.
Out of touch, Run to You, The Breaks, Rocket.
You must be silenced.
I worked for a friend of mine's dad in 2007 in the fall to save up money for an Xbox. He had a barn that blew over in a tornado and he had us like tearing it down to you know, make a bit of cash. And I remember buying an Xbox 360 arcade and this game. And I remember the first time that I turned it on, I just had goosebumps in my tummy. All that hard work finally paid off. Martin O'Donnell did the score for all of the Halo games as well as Destiny and honestly nailed it. You hear that sound and it takes you back immediately. Skate. Skate was like Tony Hawk Pro Skater for people who had like maybe even seen a skateboard once in their life. There was a little bit more detail into it. It wasn't just a button mashing mess. The soundtrack took everything that they possibly could and threw it in there. You've got old school hip hop, old school punk, reggae, indie rock. I was older when I played this game, so like I had heard most of these songs before, but hearing them all together really makes you appreciate each of them individually, I think. Cheap Trick, Surrender, Booker T and the MG's Green Onions, Sister Nancy, Bomb Bomb. Tell me your favorite video game soundtrack or score in the comments. Also, I started to buy me a coffee because I'm not a YouTube or a TikTok partner, and these videos do take a lot of work to do, so every bit does help. I'm a full-time artist in Canada. The CRA keeps recommending Made to me. Like, comment, subscribe, make like that algo in rhythm, baby.